Hey there, sweet pioneers. Welcome to another video of mine. Today I'm so excited to make these videos because I made a huge progress yesterday. I was dealing with this difficult period and a lot of realizations came through it, and this is what it's all about anyway. So I'm so excited and uplifted to do these videos today because, as I say, I always get my insights through my own personal experience. We all know a lot of things in spirit, but it's time to truly, go through these things and talk about it through our experience, to really share the light of experiencing these things, merging spirit and matter. So one of the issues that was happening was something that again brought me back to the gospel of Jesus by this paragraph that I keep being reminded of. And I'll read you that paragraph because I think it is so important. It is one of the basic initiations that we're going through as human beings. Why? Because we're giving so much of our power away to psychics, to our friends telling us things, to our family giving us opinions, to others, what they think of us, opinions, blah, 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 belief, all of that. All of that is of the old. So what was happening with me this week is there was a lot of old doubt coming through me, So then, next to that, I had a few people who then told me a few things. I got two messages that were like people telling me things about me. And, it's like my friends. And it did not resonate because it was clearly coming from them, from their personality aspect, from their own point of view. It was not the divine truth, because I have to tell you something. And I told the same thing to my mother yesterday because she came home. She said that she was asking something in meditation and the answer that she got was this and that. And it did not resonate. And I did not say anything, but we were sitting on the balcony later and I looked at her and I said, Mom, all I have to tell you is you have to be aware that because, she was doubting it herself. She said, I don't know if that was true, And I said, the voice of divine truth will always speak to you without any dates, predictions, telling you future, because you have choices. There is no such thing as future being set in stone. And every divine guide will tell you the same thing. You have options. It's not like this. We're multidimensional. And I told her that. I said, do you know the divine voice of divine truth will never speak in those terms? It will always give you guidance here and now as what you need to hear for your highest good and progress of your soul's evolutionary path right here and now. This is how the highest guidance works. This is how I operate when I talk to people. I will never give them, answers, advice like that. I will give you guidance. I will give words of the divine that I feel that need to come through. I will not make assumptions, statements. I don't know other people's lives. I feel a lot of things because, like Jesus said, when you know thyself, you're aware of everything. So this is the thing. It happens through the law of oneness, but we need to reach that level. And a lot of the people who are not yet on that level will act in a way to really show people guidance in a way that's more of the old. And that's what I want to focus on today. I speak about this a lot, but today I want to come at it from a different approach. I want to come at it from our own approach. It's not about the psychics. It's not about other people that we give our power away to. It's about us. What this means, yesterday when I was talking to a friend, he said something like, there's always levels behind levels. And when you have, for instance, you have these doubts or things that are repeating themselves, you have this level, and the truth on this level is like that. And then the deeper you go, the deeper that core aspect is being presented to you. And on that core aspect, the issue is, oh my God, I'm not sure if God knows what it's doing. And then below that, even deeper into that is trust. And I would say faith. It's like, do you have faith? And that is why I'll read that paragraph from the gospel to really make you see why we really give so much still on the opinions of others, what they tell us about us. Someone will tell you, I'm not sure this person is the right one for you. Do you believe that that is the voice of the divine telling you this, or that is the voice of opinion of someone's personality aspect, of them associating with their own, experiences and applying them to you as well? Because that's what happened to me this week with a friend. And I had to set my boundaries, and I had to speak my truth, because I know that the words of divine truth will never say those things, because we need to experience things. And even though someone might perceive something as bad for you and inappropriate, they don't know what your soul needs, what you need to experience, because we embody our light through experiencing that in the physical. So a lot of these psychics and mediums and people who will, there are a lot of guides who are authentic and will tell you things, guidance here and now, what you need to hear, what really you're being guided to hear through them while you're kind of attracted to them. That's a different thing. That's all good. But you have to realize how the divine voice works, how the voice of the divine will and the highest guidance within the law of one works. It doesn't work in a way to give you dates, futures, predictions, outcomes, who's right for you, who's not, because these guys, they're not guys, but you know what I mean. This guidance, which is your I am presence, your higher selves, your angels, archangelic realms, so many realms of beings who are within the realms of illuminated truth, they will always know that you're going through experience and they cannot deprive you of that experience. So people who will give you advice and say that's not good for you, you should do it like this and that, they will actually, they don't know that they're doing that because their level of awareness is not that high enough. But they're actually depriving someone of that truth, because the moment someone will tell you what this person is not right for you or something else, you know, this job is not right for you or that situation is really bad for you, what they do, they limit your perception into linear thinking, and you really think that you have just one option, that you, okay, so this is it. Instead of you realizing that you're multidimensional and you always have choice, and there is no such thing as a bad choice, a bad decision, and that you forget your own source connection. And we keep forgetting that. It's so funny. We're so funny. We're such funny beings. We keep forgetting. And that's why I'm being guided continuously to come back to that paragraph of the gospel, really seeing who to listen to, our own source connection. That's all there is. So this friend of mine has been consulting this person that's been giving this advice to that person. And I really didn't resonate with most of that because I had my own experience, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. I don't really remember. It was in 2010. This woman giving me, it was not guidance. It was, a lot of it was advice. A lot of it was what I should do, what I can do, what blah, blah, blah. I believe that someone can read a part of your energy, but they cannot see into the depths of your soul. They cannot know all your lessons, what you need to experience, because that is always within the law of one and how your soul decides onto. So remember, you have choice. You have freedom of choosing, and don't deprive yourself into seeing only one option and to really giving power and voice outside of yourself, because all is within us. And this was my issue this week. When we start having these doubts, we actually have self-doubts, and self-doubt is actually the doubt in the divine, because we're divine. And it's the doubt in our connection with the source. And it's doubt that we are always doing what we should. Because you know what? I trust in people. I would never give them the guidance into saying, you know, even if I would feel that someone is really not, you know, if someone is fooling someone and things like that, I will not say anything, because I do not want to deprive someone of their experience, because they need to experience whatever they choose to. And I'm not going to mingle into that. I'm not going to come between them and their soul and their own divine connection. It's not who I am. It's not my task. It's not why I'm here. So you have to think about such things. It's really important in your evolution right now. It's really important for anchoring your Christed consciousness, for waking up to who you truly are, your divine source connection. So people who do that, they keep forgetting that you cannot come between someone and their spirit and their lessons and their tests, trials, and tribulation. And I don't believe anyone can tell you how many years from now you'll meet your future partner, or is this the right guy for you? Is this the right gal that you should marry? It's not that way. You have choice, and through that choice, you're learning about the self. It's source learning about itself through these experiences that we keep having. And we should always listen to that voice of the divine. So I have to always state my boundaries if something like that happens, because I had these things and they were bothering me, and I needed to ponder a lot about it, because I always go within. I always go within. I never told someone, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. I always ask myself, why was I being given those information from someone? Why was I being told that? I always go into question mode. And I question myself, you know, that person has nothing to do with it, actually. They are just, you know, mirror. They're just showing this aspect of myself. So what I do, I go within. I try to really ponder on that. I try to get to the truth in the state of, you know, what means to get to the truth is don't make assumptions and don't try to apply things that you think are right. Because the moment we think of just one solution, we limit it. And this is our limited human nature. There's just not such a thing as this one way that divine truth is going to come. How we really open ourselves to divine truth is we just let it go, whatever it is, and the divine truth will always be presented to us. You know, for instance, if you have someone who is in a relationship that's really bad for them, it's in truth of one, it's not really bad, because they're learning so much through it. And there's never just one-sided experience. You know, even though someone might be in a lower awareness, someone in a higher, someone, you know, they're both teaching each other not the same thing, but they're both teaching each other equally. It's all always equal in the spirit truth. It's always equal. It's not I'm more than you because I know I'm higher in awareness, so you get to learn more from me. It's not like that. It truly is not. Lessons are different, but the equality is the same. So because I believe in that, I trust in that source truth. Of course, sometimes I get swindled from it as well. And this is my challenge. And we all have these moments of doubts when we really, it's like we're constantly flowing and returning back to the source. And we are getting to a state where we are constantly vibrating at that source self state. But because I trust that that person will get all that information. For instance, if someone is not for them, will get it in their own divine timing. When the experience no longer serves us, when it doesn't provide us any more growth, we will always get the guidance to either end it, to start something new, to whatever. We will get it ourselves. So we have to trust this, okay? It's all in us. And now I would really like to read this part of the gospel, which is all about this. It's about being connected to yourself and listen only to yourself. It's a beautiful writing. I hope you like it as well. Jesus receives from the Hierophant his mystic name and number, passes the first brotherhood test, and receives his first degree, sincerity. That's his first initiation. The master took down from the wall a scroll on which was written down the number and the name of every attribute and character. He said, "The circle is the symbol of the perfect man, and 7 is the number of the perfected man. The logos is the perfect word, that which creates, that which destroys, and that which saves. This Hebrew master is the logos of the Holy One, the circle of the human race, the 7 of time." And in the record book, the scribe wrote down the logos, circle, 7. And thus was Jesus known. The master said, "The logos will give heed to what I say. No man can enter into light till he has found himself. Go forth and search till you have found your soul, and then return." The guide led Jesus to a room in which the light was faint and mellow like the light of early dawn. The chamber walls were marked with mystic signs, with hieroglyphs and sacred texts. And in this chamber Jesus found himself alone, where he remained for many days. He read the sacred texts, thought out the meanings of the hieroglyphs, and sought the import of the master's charge to find himself. A revelation came. He got acquainted with his soul. He found himself. Then he was not alone. One night he slept, and at the midnight hour a door that had not observed was opened, and a priest in somber garb came and said, "My brother, pardon me for coming in at this unseemly hour, but I have come to save your life. You are the victim of a cruel plot. The priests of Heliopolis are jealous of your fame, and they have said that you shall never leave these gloomy crypts alive. The higher priests do not go forth to teach the world, and you are doomed to temple servitude. Now, if you would be free, you must deceive these priests, must tell them that you are here to stay for life. And then, when you have gained all that you wish to gain, I will return, and by a secret way will lead you forth, that you may go in peace." And Jesus said, that was a wise man, "My brother man, would you come here to teach deceit? Am I within these holy walls to learn the wiles of vile hypocrisy? Nay, man, my Father scorns deceit, and I am here to do his will. Deceive these priests? Not while the sun shall shine. What I have said, that I have said. I will be true to them, to God, and to myself." And then the tempter left, and Jesus was again alone, but in a little time a white-robed priest appeared, and he said, "Well done." Oh, I just get tears in my eyes, I'm sorry. "Well done. The Logos has prevailed. This is the trial chamber of hypocrisy." And then he led the way, and Jesus stood before the judgment seat. And all the brothers stood. The Hierophant came forth and laid his hand on Jesus' head and placed within his hands a scroll on which was written just one word: sincerity. And not a word was said. The guide again appeared and led the way, and in a spacious room, replete with everything a student craves, was Jesus bade to rest and wait. And as I said, this is such a beautiful example of being sincere, being really true to our own source connection, not interfering with others. Really don't do that to ourselves as well, because what we do to ourselves, we tend to do to others, and vice versa. And really feeling that all is of the divine, and trusting, going to that level when you really get that, hey, how come I keep losing this faith that God is doing as it's supposed to? Because we have a limited approach and vision of God. It's all that is. It's the force of divine logos behind every single thing, and it operates. The sun still sets every day and rises every day, and everything is as it should be. The earth stands still in its grids. It's being supported, and all the stars are in the sky. And how do we not perceive that if this force that holds all this together does not know what it's doing through us? And we keep forgetting, and our faith, drops. And the moment we listen to someone else over ourselves, our faith drops, our light faints, because we forget who we are. We're divine, and don't ever forget this, because this is the only truth from which everything else comes from. I hope this video helped someone. I hope it made you see the truth that you will all get your answers in divine timing, because Source knows, and you know because you're a Source. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Much love.